Welcome to the video help for Project Drawing Management Database on the main menu. I'm going to start out by showing you the different screens on the application and give you an idea how this application works. I'll do this in an overview by using the pop-up menu, which is a one-tap go anywhere in the application to any screen interface. Basically, what you can do is you can see the different screens within the application, and I'm going to show you in an overview what the purposes are. Let's start with the first button at the top. The Project Drawing Catalog is a top level down to the subassembly level for drawings that exist for a different project. For example, if you're a production engineer and you're designing and doing your specifications for developing a product, you are going to end up by providing drawings that relate to those different items that you're going to be putting together, and they all come up to what is your top level drawing for the top level item in your design. If I took an analogy that people use, basically the top level item has everything in it and has all the parts, all the subassemblies and everything else in it. And what you do is you start at the top and then go down and break the whole unit down to all the bits and pieces at the bottom and from the top level down. This application is designed to allow the users, or user in this case, to put a project drawing catalog together for their mobile use on an iPad or an iPhone. It'll give them the ability to take the entire drawing package for each project item that they're working on, or if they're in a marketing group, they can use these different drawings and also the technical information that supports those drawings to help them to do a better job of marketing their products. It's an individual end item that they start with, or end items that they're portraying. They may be close relatives as far as the individual products. They may have certain features and benefits for one or the other, and this gives the ability for the marketing group to look at each one of them and portray those to the individual client that they're talking to. So let's start at the top. Project drawings, what you're going to do there is you're going to create the baseline for the top level and subassemblies. You have a drawing catalog portal, which is a part of the drawing catalog itself, where you're looking at the individual items, and this includes images and narrative and technical data that is related to that particular top level item. The images are very powerful in that they can be a drawing, they can be a sketch, or anything that has to do with something that relates to how the product goes together. It could be a wiring diagram. It could, in a case of a contractor, it could be a building design or some elevations or whatever you're doing as far as building or laying out a housing division. The next one is the Drawing Catalog List View, which lists each individual drawing at the top level through the drawing catalog. A catalog being similar to a library, but a catalog is broken down by subject groups. Subject groups could be, for example, you might have tractors that you build, or you're a contractor and you do development of spec homes. You can have a catalog of those different ones and look through the list view to pick on the one you want to go view. The next one is the Drawing Catalog, which is a portable list view of the portal for all the listings up here. What the Drawing Catalog portal list view does is it allows you to look through the portal records, which are the individual items that are in the subassemblies and assemblies and the top level item, to break down the item itself to show you the different pieces and parts that make up the subassemblies and assemblies and the top level item. The project drawing package is where a lot of graphics and images are used in order to demonstrate what the actual end item looks like and what the components and parts are. It allows the person that's using this information to individually show things without having to have the unit at the actual location where they're at, and give people an idea of what makes up this particular thing that they're offering to this client. The drawing package list view is the overall drawing package list view of all the items in the drawing package. Project drawings package this is when you're getting down to the actual drawings under the package and finding out which ones may be shared across different items and are relatives of other products that you're actually making. So you're getting a good cross-section view of everything you produce and how things relate together to make up a total solution for your client. Now we get down to the subsystems level. We start with the subsystem assembly drawings, where we're going to be breaking down what belongs in the subassemblies, what components and what items are sub items in that assembly. For example, there may be a partial part of an assembly that can be pulled out and become a subassembly of a subassembly that goes up to a major assembly and then up to the top level. This gives you the visualization of where everything fits together and how they all work together to make up the end item. The next one is a list view of all the items, so you can pick through a list or search through the list to find the exact items that might be across different units and look at the comparison of how they're used and what they're used for on different items that you're working with. Or if you're building something and you have plot plans for different kinds of structures, or say like a kitchen or whatever you're going to be working on, a patio or whatever, you can break those down into individual package views where you can now show a client what options they may have in a home that you're going to build for them. So drawings are drawings. They do a job of explaining what makes up the top level item and all the pieces and everything that go into it. Now, subassembly drawing list, this is all the drawings in the list so that you can have a search list on either the portal level of a subassembly or the drawing list per se for all of the drawings. Then there's a subassembly report. What do we do here? We take all the subassemblies and we can search on a top level item or subassemblies or sub-subassemblies or components and see what they cost individually, or what we can do to, if we wanted to pull one item out of the package and modify it through its fit, form, or function and change it to something else and see what it impacts the actual total item and cost of the total item. I gave a case study in the detail page that explained how a client of mine back in the year 2000 wanted a yacht builder that he was to be able to change all the doors and windows on a yacht due to fit, form, and finish in his drawing packages and be able to bid that within minutes. When I finished the application for him, we went a lot further than that. We allowed him to not only look at the drawings themselves in a categorical look, but we were allowing him to look at the individual items in that package and break down what they would be like if they changed, say, like a chrome finish on a door opening to, say, a brass door opening. And these things are not cheap for a yacht. They're big fixtures. They have a lot of pieces on them, and changing the fit, form, and function can affect the end price and how you bid the entire package. This allowed them to bid not in days or even weeks to come up with a number for their clients, but in just minutes they could put together a change and then look at the drawing package and go to the report and see how it rolled out with that change in the drawing package and how it affected that particular cost. Component material portal, very important part. When a business is working on manufacturing, they may be using components across different designs for different end items. This gives the standardization across items where you can fit and form different pieces that fit into the top level assemblies or the assemblies themselves back into the components and the components that fit into different units or top level items. I'm not trying to be confusing, but you can get the idea where you can mix and match and take assemblies. For example, if you had an engine and it was powered by a blower on a diesel engine, how could you use that engine in another unit, or what would you have to change in order to make that fit in that particular unit and work for that same set of parts that you keep in stock? It's a way of keeping the cost down, yet using the functional parts that you need in order to build the end items that you're working on. Or the same thing goes for spec homes, where you build a lot of parts and you're doing the custom drawings for those for that particular package, and you want to be able to look at what can I use across more than one home, so you can lower your cost for assembly and get a better idea of how you can price things and manage your business and all the drawings within it. Subassembly parts report. This basically takes all the subassembly parts that are in the assemblies and breaks them out so you can see what is in those parts and those subassemblies and how they fit across your designs. For example, if you're using transformers or power generators or whatever you're using, power supplies or whatever, or in the case of a home, maybe you're looking at utility items that you put in the home, water heaters or whatever, and you can match and mix those across different packages to see how you can use standardization across different things that you build and not have a lot of different items that you have to maintain. The components list view is the list view that you can search on, and you can still search in each one of these that is not actually a live portal on a screen. You can go to the individual portal records and do searches to bring up like and kind items so that you can look at those and see where they fit and how they work across different components that you're working with or assemblies. And then there's a list drawing type that allows you to list using a list drawing thing. Now on the iPad, we used a lot of drop-down lists, and what happens when they scroll, the scroll list cannot be edited on the iPad or iPhone. What I've done is I've created a editable list manager where you can go in and take the list manager, which is this screen, and change those items at will or when you have to add stuff to it, where you don't have to worry about being locked into a set standard of products or items in that list. So this is a way that we manage information where we use a list editor. Okay, that's a lot to say, but let's go ahead and look at the last few things on the screen. There's a contact button up here to get a hold of us at tech support where you have questions. If you wanted to have a demonstration before you buy the application, you can go to our website, which is on the detail page in iTunes, and ask for a live demonstration. I usually use Skype, and it allows you to see and ask questions in a online live environment so you can see how the actual application works. And one of the things I want to point out that's a big bonus thing, we do not charge for tech support. We don't have any in-app purchase items. Everything in the application is there, it works, and it all is there, so it doesn't cost you any additional money as far as the package is concerned. We have live video help that are YouTube videos that work right in the application. All you would need is an internet connection for these, and go ahead and click on it on the screen. It'll give you a broad list of different screens, like all these screens would be listed, and we show you how to use each one of the screens. If you have questions and you don't understand what something is doing, you can always just click on the support icon, and that'll take you to the developer support site where you can chat live or text us or email us, or we can call back if you leave a callback information. So this is the starting point for this iPad application and this iPhone application. It can be used on either. Now this is the light version. There is a cloud version, and the cloud version has different functionality, and you can upgrade to that at a later date. But this one is made for individuals, especially the sales and marketing group and project engineers that are in the field, where they want to be able to carry the drawing packages with them and then yet go back to the company and make updates and update the main system and be able to have the latest information on the drawing packages that are out there and the packages in the catalog and how they affect each individual thing you produce and what changes are being occurring and the knowledge factors that are being added to this drawing package design, where it may change over time and you can keep up with it on a day-to-day basis. You'll have the latest information in your hand, either on an iPhone or an iPad. If you have any questions, please contact us through the developer support. Thank you.